are celebrating the international day, the Women's Day. Madzimai vakakosha vane rukoshoka. Rukosho rwemadzimai. Zuva ranhasi zuva renyu. Aiwa uyai pano. Happy Women's Day. The importance of a woman. It's our day to day. We are celebrating. What about kukosha kwatakaita? Tiri very kosho mufunge. Madzimai say, I just want to wish you a happy Women's Day. This very day that God set aside for you, a creature, a human being called a woman, a lion, a lioness, a roaring lion, the one who gives birth to everything that moves on this earth. It comes from a woman. Aiwa madzimai, magati koshera, mune rukosho rwakakura mufunge. Usaone varume vachida kusaiza zvavo. But they know we are important. Without us, without us, there will be no mashurugwis. Without us, there will be no all these nonsense cows. But it is us who gave birth to these people, which means we are important. We are very important. Through thick and thin, in labor, in all crises, kuchengeta vana munhukadzi makatikoshera mufunge vanhukadzi. I just came to say happy Women's Day to you. And watinti mfazi, watinti mbogoto, watinti mfazi, watinti mbogoto. Aiwa vakadzika takasimba. I am proud to be a woman, and I don't regret being a woman. I love being a woman because a woman is a man in a dress. We all agree. I am very proud. I am proud to be a woman. And I just want to say to all women there, keep going strong. Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't even give up. So I want to just say happy Women's Day to you. And tonight, I promised you, South Africa, we have a very important topic that we need to discuss. And so if you are in South Africa or you are out there, please take your friend to South Africa. That's where a lot of people are staying without papers, without permits, without all the necessary documents. And yesterday I posted that I'm going to have a person I'm going to be hosting here, a lawyer, an immigration something, who knows how to go about these things, who knows how to sort papers for you. So if you are not here tonight, it's for your disadvantage. You have to be here, it's for your advantage. So if you know somebody who is staying across the border, who does not have papers, who wants papers and permits, tag that person and tell him Mai Tt has got a very important topic to discuss tonight. Tonight we have this man, this honorable man that we have tonight, that we are going to add on this life, that I want you guys to pay attention. I want you to be very attentive. To be very, very attentive, because this is very important for you who is staying abroad without paper, for you who is staying abroad without documents, for you who is crossing the Limpopo with crocodiles. You don't need to cross the Limpopo. You need to have papers instead of coming through the river. One day you will drown. This very night we have the honorable, we have a guest who we are going to aid on this life. I want you to pay very, 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 very vast attention. I want all your attention here. If you are cooking, please switch off the stove. If you are out of the country, you are abroad, you need to listen to this. You need to hear this. It's going to help you in a lot of ways. So tonight, his profile, his name is Owen Magocha. He is a legal professional, a lawyer who specializes in immigration, right? He specializes in immigration, relocation, and global mobility for corporates and individuals. His name is Owen Magocha. He's going to be our guest tonight to help you. Every time you see police, you run away because you don't have papers. Every time you see police, you need to be working with papers. You need to have documents. It's very important. You can't just be working kumakula without papers. When you see that car, the truck, the gumba, you are running like a rabbit. You need to ease and say, listen, I have my papers intact. Take them and tell them we have a very important somebody who will help us to have our papers. So Mr. Owen Magocha is a legal professional lawyer specializing in immigration, relocation, and global mobility for corporates and individuals. Mr. Owen is a very strong legal professional in global mobility, relocation, I'm repeating, and immigration services. He is also experienced in immigration legal compliance. He is experienced immigration legal compliance specialist. And Number 3, he has strong knowledge of the South Africa Immigration Act, regulations, immigrations, and prevailing practice. I will take note of this man. This man is a very important. He will play an important role in your life. He is experienced in-house immigration legal advisor for multinational corporations overseas and locally. What about having our own lawyer who will stand for us abroad? What about that kind of a good person? We need those kind of people. Do not sleep. You need to listen to this. It will help you. His page is called Mimshak International. Is the advisory firm he works under. That's the name of the company and his law firm. That's the page right there. Is tagged on top. Please go and follow. Go and follow him so that you will be able to access and get help, get papers. And they've got branches in Centon, Rivonia, in Johannesburg. They also have a branch in East London in South Africa, and also in Harare. They are there at 10th floor. Joiner City. You can find them here to help you. I have put all his information as a caption there, right? So Mr. Owen, we are going to add him here. Mr. Owen, if you are here, please just press add, because I want to add you so you can explain and help. So many people sent their questions here. They sent their questions. They wanted to know. We've got a lot of questions which a lot of people who are living abroad were asking, and we had to compile all those questions so that they will help you. This lawyer is going to help you to process your papers for you. All you need is to pay attention so that you can have proper papers. Mr. Owen, if you are here in comment section, please just say, Mai Tt add me, so that I can add you on camera, so that you guys, you can hear from the horse's mouth. I don't want to spice up. I don't want to lie. I do not want to say things I don't know. Mr. Owen, I'm waiting for you in comment section. If you are here, please, my cross border, my jamba border, my border jambas, all of you, come here so that we are able to help you cross the border. Mr. Owen is here. He's right here. I'm adding him right now so that he can explain to us the procedure, how to go about staying abroad. Oh, Mr. Owen, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Good evening, Mai Tt. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. Owen. Let me just stand up in there. So we have to respect our lawyers. We have to respect. Let me stand up for you, you know. How are you
Thank
doing,
you.
sir?
No, I'm doing great.
You are
I'm doing
looking very
great.
good.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
The pleasure is all mine. I'm humbled. You know, talking to lawyers, people who are learned, there's such an honor on my side.
Thank you. It's a privilege.
How is business? How is everything? How is your family?
No, we're doing great. The family is doing well, and the business is fine. It's always busy. You know, people are always traveling, moving, whether it's lockdown or it's not lockdown. You know, it's critical. So we are always busy.
No, we thank God. I don't know all these women who are just going, Mr. Handsome, please, Mr. Owen, are you taken? Because these women in comment section, they can't hold themselves. Are you married, sir?
Yes, I'm married. I'm married.
Oh, unfortunately, ladies, please stop asking. Me too, I am married. Oh, so it's married people talking together. It's very good. Me too, I am married, Mr. Owen. So, ladies, in the comment section, please. Someone is saying, please fix your audio. There are some, I don't know, some crystals moving. Fix your mic, sir. We are getting feedback. It's disturbing our ears.
Is the sound better now? Is it better now?
Yes, now we can hear you very clearly. I think the mic was stuck somewhere in the shed. I don't know where.
All right.
It was. So thank you very much for the good work that you are doing to our Zimbabwean community. We really thank you for that, because we really don't have this kind of people who represent us when we are out there. We always jump the borders. We go there. There's nobody to help us. We get deported and all that. I want to thank you so much for standing up for us across the borders.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Okay, without wasting much time, maybe just a bit of your background so that some people are saying please increase the volume. I think you are a bit low. Maybe if you maybe up your voice a bit. I know lawyers are very calm, but you are here. You know you're talking to a very loud person, one of the loudest people in Zimbabwe. So I think maybe if you try to increase the voice so that the people in the comment section can hear you, Mr. Advocate. Just a brief.
Okay, I think I should be better now. Yeah, they can comment if I'm clear, loud and it said loud and clear. That's fine. Thank you.
Just a brief about you, who you are, where you're coming from, your intentions, what you do, so that people who do not know you get to know you before we jump in the.
All right, thank you, Mai Tt. Good evening to all the viewers and listeners. It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you tonight on this platform. My name is Owen Magocha, of course. You've heard Mai Tt. I'm a legal professional and I specialize in immigration, relocation, global mobility. So it's a very broad industry, but today I'm just focusing on immigration part. But I mean, we go beyond immigration. We do document procurement, relocation, mobility. And we service individuals and we also service corporates, that is companies that import skilled labor into South Africa. And we also assist with immigration abroad, but that is not the focus of our topic today. We are just narrowing it down to South Africa. But we also specialize in immigration abroad and traveling for travel, for leisure, for business, whatever reason it is. And then when it comes to South Africa, we have an office, we have a branch in Harare, join us at 10th floor. We are also having our head office in Sandton, in Rivonia, Johannesburg. And we also have a branch in East London. But I just wanted to put one line that when it comes to immigration, it doesn't matter where you are, you know, you don't necessarily have to come to a physical branch. I mean, I can say 80% of the people that I assist with immigration, I don't even meet them. I don't even see them. You know, they come from different countries. So the distance is not a barrier, but those are our physical premises where our staff operate from.
Okay. So it means you can actually help a person when the person is in another country and you can process the papers.
And they can come to South Africa and we don't even meet. We just communicate via email. But those who are privileged to come in person, they can always come to our branches and meet our staff in person.
Oh, nice. That is beautiful. So yesterday when we posted and we say to the guys, we are going to have you on board. A lot of people, they were very interested. They couldn't wait. I don't know, my Wi-Fi was trying to play up so that you don't come to this program. I said, please, I beg. Satan, come out tonight. I have to talk to you. Because a lot of people, my phone was very busy with a lot of questions. People wanted to know, especially our Zimbabweans living in South Africa. A lot of them, they don't have documents. They are just staying there. And that thing, it's not nice because even if when they're looking for jobs, they can't get proper jobs because they don't have papers. They are always on the run. Some of them are crossing the Limpopo. Some of them are dying in the process. Maybe it's because they don't know where to go. They don't know the procedure. And sometimes when they go to the South African offices, they are not treated well. But now we are happy that we have you to help all these people to have access and be able to work without being disturbed by the police, without being chased by the police, without hiding. They can even live abroad without hiding. We want to thank you so much for that. So without wasting so much time, guys, I'm just going to be asking some of the questions that we drafted from yesterday. People were asking. We're just going to go straight into that so that you can help them with what they wanted to know. Yeah?
Okay.
So the first question that I want to ask you is somebody was, let me just open this PDF. I want to read out the questions from different people we're asking. The first person was saying, what do I need to qualify for South Africa work visa in South Africa? And can I apply while I'm in South Africa with days? what do I need to qualify for a South African work visa in South Africa, and can I apply while I'm in South Africa?
All right. Okay. Those are lots of questions in one comment. So what I can say is, when it comes to South Africa immigration, the number one point is eligibility. The first point is, do you qualify? We have to understand and agree that not everyone is going to qualify for the South Africa work visa. So the first criteria is eligibility. Where did you study? What are your qualifications? How many years experience do you have? And then from there, do you have a job offer? Are your qualifications evaluated, and so forth? So in a nutshell, the South Africa work permit, which is mostly the critical skills visa and the general work visa, are skills-based qualifications. This means you need to have a professional qualification or a tertiary qualification that is relevant and that is required in South Africa. A critical skills visa is for people who have certain skills that are in short supply in South Africa, and there is a public gazetted document by the government of South Africa to list the professions that are in short supply. So if your qualifications is there, that is the first starting point. And then if you don't have a critical skill, but you have a profession, for example, you are a teacher, you teach mathematics, you teach science, there is also another visa that you can qualify for, like a general work visa. So just to summarize that question, if you want to know you qualify for a visa, South African work visas are skills-based. You need to have a qualification. And then number two, if you have a qualification, is it required in South Africa? All right, that's where we start. So people can contact us for free. We don't need to, we cannot list all the qualifications that are needed in South Africa. But if you don't have any qualification, then you don't qualify for a work permit. That is a fact. You don't qualify for a work permit. Unless if you are married to a South African citizen, or unless if you are married to a permanent resident. Without that, you don't qualify for a work permit. And then the second part of the question was that, can I apply in South Africa while I'm here, or should I go to Zimbabwe? Well, by law or by the Immigration Act in South Africa, your first visa must be issued in your home country, which means you cannot come from Zimbabwe as a tourist to South Africa with days and then apply for a long-term visa. So you are required to have your first long-term visa issued from your home country. And then when you come to South Africa, then you can change it, you can extend it, you can do whatever you need to do. But by law, your first visa has to be issued in your country. But there are some certain exceptions, few incidences, whereby if you are married to a citizen or if you are married to a permanent resident, you are allowed to come as a tourist in South Africa and apply for a long-term visa. Those are the few exceptions that are applicable. So otherwise, for the general public, your first visa must be applied in your country.
Okay. Thank you. I hope that person have an answer to what you said. Someone is saying sound again. I think just try and correct that.
Okay.
Then for the ladies in comment section, please, this is no time for flirting and asking silly questions, okay? We are here to learn, and like I said before, the advocate is married. Let's behave. There are times where we need to be joking around and saying all kinds of stuff, but I really think you have to be okay? Let's practice the comment section, and I'm sure the advocate's wife is here watching. You can't be saying that when someone's wife is watching. It's not right. He's taken, married legally, and is not searching. Let's stick to what he's saying, okay? If you keep on asking those silly questions like this person I'm seeing in comment section, I'm going to block you. This is a very important topic to discuss. If you don't have anything else to talk about besides flirting with men, please go in peace. Thank you. Second question, advocate. How can I change from Zimbabwe exemption permit to a normal permit? I am tired of this permit and it will never qualify me for many things.
Oh, shame. Yeah, that's one of the most difficult questions for most people. It's a difficult situation. So what happens with the Zimbabwe exemption permit? It simply means it was more of an amnesty kind of a permit for Zimbabweans, people who normally don't qualify to get a visa. So the Zimbabwe exemption permit started years back. It was the dispensation permit, special permit, until it was the ZTP. So it was for people who don't normally qualify for visas, and then it was like everyone come in and apply. And then for now, no new applications. You can't apply. If you didn't start from 8 years ago, you cannot apply for the Zimbabwe exemption permit because it's a special permit. It's issued every 3 years. Now, that special permit comes with conditions, and I'm going to mention the two most important conditions for the Zimbabwe exemption permit. Condition number one, you will never qualify for a permanent residence while you are using the Zimbabwe exemption permit. So you might have extended it 3 times, up to 9 years now, but still you will never qualify for the permanent residence, okay? That's number one. Number two, when you are using the Zimbabwe exemption permit, there is a special condition to say you cannot change this visa category while you are in South Africa. So the condition simply means if you have a Zimbabwe exemption permit, when you want to change it to another type of a visa, you have to go back to Zimbabwe and then we start afresh. That is one condition. But there's a way to go around it. We apply what is called a waiver for the government of South Africa, Home Affairs, to give you an exemption so that you can apply in South Africa. But those are the most two main conditions. So my advice to people who have Zimbabwe exemption permit, if you have qualifications, if you are a professional, I advise you to go into the mainstream visa and leave the Zimbabwe exemption permit, because it will limit you in many ways. Some of you have been using the Zimbabwe exemption permit for 8 years and you still don't have a permanent residence. And every time the renewal is always a gamble. You don't know, are they going to extend it? Are they not going to extend it? So if you do qualify, if you have skills and qualifications, I advise you to change. We can assist you. You can contact us to the mainstream visa. But if you're someone without anything, then just stay with the Zimbabwe exemption permit. It will help you.
Okay, there is someone in the comment section who just typed, what about us, the domestic workers? How do they go about it, the domestic workers? She just said, what about us, the domestic workers? I don't know what she means by that.
Okay, so for domestic workers, they are domestic workers who got the Zimbabwe exemption permit because they started from the beginning when the program was unveiled. So those people is the biggest benefit they can have because they got a benefit of the Zimbabwe exemption permit. However, under normal circumstances, the domestic workers do not qualify for a work visa in South Africa. So they don't qualify for a work visa in South Africa. So it's a privilege to actually have the Zimbabwe exemption permit that allowed them to have a permit and work. So it's not a special skill that requires the South African government to grant you a permit. That's my comment on that. So then they must stay on the exemption.
I only know about UK. Do people apply for an asylum in South Africa?
Yes, so an asylum basically simply means it's someone who is running away from their country for different reasons, and then they are seeking a refugee status in that resident country. Okay. So before you are formally recognized as a refugee, you are deemed an asylum seeker, like you are not yet deemed a refugee. So while you are an asylum seeker, in South Africa, you are allowed to change to a permit. You can apply for a permit that you do qualify for. So there are asylum seekers in South Africa, just like all countries worldwide. It's not just for the UK. Yeah.
Natasha in comment section said, how do I apply for a study permit?
All right, for a study permit, basically the first important part is, have you received an acceptance at the school where you want to study? That's the first point. You must first be accepted by a school in South Africa. It can be high school, secondary, tertiary. Once you get the acceptance, then, every other documents, the most other important aspect is you must have a sponsor who's going to be paying for your school fees. Are you going to pay it yourself? Someone going to pay for you? So there are other factors that include, but the most important is you must get your school acceptance, you must get 1 year medical aid cover paid in advance, and you must have a sponsor. Those are the most important parts. The rest, of course, it can be done. It's within means.
Okay. Moving on to our next question here. Someone said, how can I move my employees from a branch in Zimbabwe to a branch in South Africa for a certain period? What if the employee gets a visa, then look for another job in South Africa? Will I be protected as an employer? How long is the visa?
Okay, so here we are having a case of an employer, someone who has a business in Zimbabwe, and he also has a business in South Africa, and then he's looking for a visa to transfer someone in Zimbabwe to a branch in South Africa. The most applicable visa in this case is what is called an intra-company transfer visa. Intra-company transfer visa. So the intra-company transfer visa is issued for up to 4 years at a go. So the maximum is 4 years. At the end of 4 years, you must go back to the main company in Zimbabwe. But there are certain conditions. Not every company can qualify to have their employee be transferred to South Africa on an intra-company transfer visa. The most important requirement is that in South Africa, are you employing citizens? If you are employing citizens, how many citizens are employed in your company? And then the person coming from Zimbabwe, how long has he been employed with the branch in Zimbabwe before sending him to South Africa? It's a specialized visa. We can consult and give them more details on that, but they qualify for intra-company transfer visa.
Okay. Next question. I am a Zimbabwean and I have a permanent residence in South Africa. I want to know what is the best way for my wife to join me in South Africa and my child who is going to grade 3. Can my wife get a work permit? Can she also apply for permanent residence? Can they apply in South Africa or Zimbabwe?
Okay. I think we have answered some of the questions on that aspect, but I'll just take it. So if you have permanent resident status in South Africa, and then you want your family to join you, so what you do is, normally your family is supposed to apply for a visa in the home country, that is in Zimbabwe, before coming to South Africa. But now this guy, he has a permanent residence. So if you have a permanent residence, your spouse or your children can come to South Africa as tourists. And then when they come to South Africa as tourists, you can be able to change their visas to long-term visas, which means they can come as tourists with days, and then you can apply a study permit in South Africa. And then your wife, you want her to work. There's a special visa that spouses of citizens or spouses of permanent resident holders can use. It's called a Section 11(6) visa. With a Section 11(6) visa, your wife can actually apply that visa and be able to start work immediately without following any SAQA, without doing any board membership, without doing it, just provide a contract and then she can get a work visa. That is if you're a spouse of a permanent resident or a spouse of a citizen.
Okay, for those in the comment section who are saying pin the number, there is a page which is written Mimshak International. They can assist you also in comment section, and also Advocate Owen Magocha is there in comment section. I think it's the wife. She can respond to your question because I've got so many questions here. So I'm trying to balance the two, asking from the comment section and also asking from my iPad. So people, if you see this page responding to you, Mimshak International, that is the page. You can actually go and follow for more information because we won't be able to answer each and every one of you because there are lots of questions which are running in the comment sections, which are actually flying. And also from my iPad, the comment section is like blazing. So just take note of these people in comment section, Advocate Owen Magocha, and also...
Yeah, our team will definitely...
Yeah, they will definitely, if you see them responding to you, they're a part of us this night. So don't worry, they are not scammers. Those are part of the Mimshak International, the company. They are there in comment section. Because some people are saying, who is responding? No, there are some of the people who work together with the advocate who are in the comment section. So they can give you all the details. Someone is asking for the phone numbers. The Mimshak International page can give you the number in comment section. Please just take note of that page. It's right there in the comment section. I can see it. Moving on to the next question, advocates. What is the criteria of qualifying for permanent residence? There are many people who have been on special permits for more than 5 years. Also, if you are on special permit and would like to apply for a general work permit, should it be rejected, can I go back to the special permit?
Okay. So let me just clarify. So I think we have touched some questions on that one, but this person is talking about the Zimbabwe exemption permit. So number one, Zimbabwe exemption permit is not a ground to apply for permanent residence. We have clarified that. And then secondly, the person asks, can I change my Zimbabwe exemption permit to a general work visa? The answer is yes, if you do qualify. If you do qualify, yes, you can change your Zimbabwe exemption permit to a general work visa. And then the third question is saying, what will happen if my general work visa is rejected? Will I lose my Zimbabwe exemption permit? Well, the answer is, if it's a rejection, it means your last visa remains valid. You cannot have two visas in South Africa. You cannot have two concurrent visas. So the last visa is always the most valid visa. So if you get a rejection, then your current visa remains valid until the expiry date.
All right. Thank you for that. Then someone in comment section, there's a very important question I saw. I'm just trying to look for it. The person is saying, Mai Tt, if I am already employed and I use a fake permit, can I now apply for a work permit?
My advice to people who are in this kind of a situation is that, number one, the consequences are severe if you are found with a fake permit. The consequences are severe. When I say the consequences are severe, I'm not just referring to the criminal or prosecution side. I'm referring to your personal life. Number one, if you are found to be using fraudulent documents, the first thing is you'll be V-listed. You'll be deemed an undesirable person. And then if you are deemed an undesirable person, it doesn't have a period to lapse. It's not like an overstay. In overstay, you can get a 1-year overstay ban. You can get a 5-year overstay ban. But if it's a V-listing for using fraudulent document, it's indefinite, which means it's permanent. And to remove that process is not a joke, because the Home Affairs has a discretion to say, no, we cannot accept. So you can't even force Home Affairs to say, accept me. So the first thing is, if you have any qualifications, do it the proper, right way. But if you have been caught with the fraudulent documents, then you need to inbox us, you have to let us know, because now we have to start with the appeal to plead to the Department of Home Affairs to waiver that ban before we even start with the work permit. So the first advice is, please look for the right process as early as possible before you get in trouble.
Right, thank you. How do you get a permit when you are married to a person with a permit? I once applied in 2012, then 2019, applied again for both myself and my baby. They only approved my baby and rejected my own. So how do I go about accompanying the holder of a permit?
Okay, so like I said, if your spouse has a permanent residence, you can come in as on a relative visa, or you can do the Section 11(6) visa. That allows you to work. A relative visa doesn't allow you to work. And then if your spouse doesn't have a permanent residence, but your spouse has a permit, maybe it can be ZTP, it can be a general work visa. If your spouse has a permit, you can join them on what is called a Section 11(1)(b)(4), which is accompanying dependent. So you can come as a dependent by joining your spouse. So this person, the application was rejected. I don't know the grounds of rejection. Maybe there was a mistake somewhere in the application. They can contact us. We can draft the proper application and assist them. So probably the rejection was not to say it's not possible, but something was wrong with the application.
Okay. Somebody saying, please explain more on spouse permit. What steps to take when you are married to a South African and taking on his surname?
Okay, so I've explained it, but I'll just touch it briefly because we explained it before. If you are married to a South African citizen, then you qualify to join your spouse on a relative visa. Or alternatively, you can join your spouse on a Section 11(6) visa. That allows you to work, to study, or to conduct business. So that one is possible.
Okay. I got a matric certificate here in South Africa, but I'm trying to apply for a study permit, but I am failing. What do I do?
Okay, you did your matric and then you got your certificate in South Africa, and then now you want to apply for a study permit. I presume the person maybe is going to tertiary institution. The first thing is you don't qualify to apply in South Africa if you never had a study permit before. You have to start from Zimbabwe. Remember what I said at the beginning, that your first long-term visa must be issued from your home country. So that person, we can assist them. The process is very simple and clear. They need to get a school acceptance. They need to have a sponsor. They need to have a 1-year paid up medical aid. And definitely the rest can fall into place.
All right. I applied for an asylum in 2008 up to 2012. Is it still in the system? Do I need to start afresh? Can I use my passport without permits? Lastly, I stamped my passport last year during lockdown, was given 3 months up until now. With this pandemic, is there overstay? February to April last year, and we were still in lockdown. Please, I need help.
Okay, there are many aspects in this question. Firstly, asylum. In asylum, the moment you stop renewing your asylum status, you lose it. It doesn't become valid. It just goes out. So if the person stopped renewing their asylum status, then they don't qualify for it, unless if they go and motivate the refugee office about that status. So that's another story. We don't assist with asylum seekers. That is not our jurisdiction. That is handled by the refugee office. So asylum seeker is now outside the immigration scope, but you can go to the refugee reception office. There are different refugee reception offices all over South Africa. They can assist you. And then secondly, the person now stamped their passport. By stamping your passport, by traveling with your passport, it already means you are no longer an asylum seeker, because you were saying you are running away from that country. Now, if you travel to that country, you have lost your status. It doesn't mean you are no longer an asylum seeker. And then lastly, the person said, I stamped my passport during lockdown and so forth. So what happened is basically, if you traveled into South Africa from 14 February 2020, and your visa expired during the whole lockdown period, your visa was deemed valid until 31 March 2021, like a grace period given by the Department of Home Affairs. For everyone who came into South Africa 14 February 2020, and your visa expires at any period during the lockdown, it was extended by a grace period until 31 March 2021. So you've got a few more weeks to fix your papers or leave the country.
All right. So me, advocate, before I move on with people's question, I've got my own personal question.
Okay.
For myself. So you
Yes,
see,
yes.
me, I am married to a Nigerian staying in South Africa, right? And very soon I'm going to wed that Nigerian, right? And now there is an issue of me relocating to South Africa. What do I need? Because you see me crossing and coming back, crossing and coming back.
Yes,
but
yes,
there is a time that I'm going to be staying there for a while. How do I go about it? Because me, I don't know, and we have been fighting because this guy is saying when we wed, you have to come and stay with me. Me, I'm saying you have to come and stay with me in Zimbabwe. Because me, advocate, Zimbabwe, you know, me, I rule in Zimbabwe. After ED comes me, you know.
Okay.
So for me to live now, I am stressed. It's stressing me. How do I go about it, advocate?
There are two things involved. Firstly, if a couple is married, then if the other spouse has any form of a long-term visa in South Africa, your family is allowed to join you. They can join you, okay? That's a fact. So if you are married, your spouse can join you in South Africa. If you have a general work visa, they can come as a dependent. If you have a work permit, they can come as a dependent. If you have any other long-term visa, your spouse is allowed to accompany you. It's called a Section 11(1)(b)(4). It's an accompanying dependent. So you can join him. That's not a problem.
He's got a permit which goes to renew from time to time.
So what happens now is when you are an accompanying dependent or accompanying spouse, your visa is issued according to the main applicant. So your visa will be expiring at the same time his visa expired. So every time he does an extension, you also do an extension. So if he has a 3-year visa, you are going to get your visa that expires the same date as him because you are accompanying him. So you cannot have a visa that is longer than him. If you accompany him, it means when he leaves the country, you also leave.
Okay.
So you always get a visa.
What if I want him to come here? What does he need? Me, I can't come there. Advocate, please help.
If you want him to come to Zimbabwe, then it's a different case. If you want him to come, then we have to do, that one is the Zimbabwe immigration scope. And I can advise you offline, but it will now become a Zimbabwe immigration case, and then they will have to also accompany you. Zimbabwean immigration also allows accompanying spouses, you know, to foreign, if you are married to a foreign national, your spouse can join you in Zimbabwe. And also another thing is, how long will he be coming to stay? Is he coming to be staying for 1 week, or is he coming to stay for long term? That will also come into play. Like for you, example, if you want to join him in South Africa, maybe you are traveling every 2 months, you don't even need a long-term visa. You can always go as a tourist. But now if you want a long-term, like 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, then you definitely need a long-term visa.
That's the thing. Me, I cannot give. I don't want to stay there. It's a problem. We will talk behind closed doors anyway.
Let's talk on that one. That's fine.
That one is work. The disadvantages of marrying foreigners. Hey, it's a problem, I swear.
No, we'll sort that out.
Why don't Home Affairs just allow anyone with or without skills to have a permit? It will be an advantage to South Africa economy rather than people overstaying. They must be making money.
That's not possible, people. That's not possible. Let me explain. A government, any government worldwide, they have to prioritize their citizens. Yeah. They have to protect their citizens. So the government of South Africa is importing skilled labor, skilled professions, people that they don't have. They are getting people who have qualifications that are in short supply in South Africa. Now, honestly, it will be an injustice to the local citizens if unqualified and unskilled people are getting work permits. So it's a matter of protecting the citizens. The same way in Zimbabwe, you cannot allow foreign nationals to just come and run businesses that local citizens can run. You cannot allow people, let's say for example, I'm not trying to discriminate. I'm just saying for example, you allow people from China to come and open a barber shop in Harare and give them a work permit. Whereas Zimbabwean citizens can run barbershops. So now you are bringing unnecessary competition to your citizens. That is the whole issue of visas and trying to take the cream.
That's why they end up doing xenophobia, because they don't want people to come and run their countries, isn't it?
Yes, they want only skilled professionals, not people who can do what they can readily do locally. That is the whole agenda behind this criteria.
Okay. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to stay in South Africa. It's not safe. I don't like running. When they start, these people, when they get into their hot mood, we are all dead. They will burn us. But anyway, moving on. Have long does it take for one to prepare an application and to submit an application?
We have 3 steps. Okay, our consultation is free. We don't charge consultation. We do the eligibility test to find out, number 1, do you qualify? What are your facts? So we have to apply your facts to the law. We have to apply your facts to the Immigration Act. Because we cannot just say, I want a work permit. How much is a work permit? No, you might not even qualify. Your facts might not be the same. Maybe you stayed in China, you need a police clearance in China. Maybe you've been in the UK, you need a police clearance in the UK. You know, so facts and circumstances are not the same. So it's always advisable to get clarification or eligibility test first before you can proceed. Most people, they don't qualify. That is the truth. Most people, they don't qualify. Yeah.
Okay. There is somebody who's saying, I have a ZEP and I would like to add my wife to it. What is the procedure and what is a ZEP? Because I don't know what a ZEP is.
That ZEP is the Zimbabwe exemption permit. And yes, for a Zimbabwe exemption permit, you can allow your family or your children to join you on that visa. But the condition is that their visas will expire the same time as your visa. So currently, this is the 3rd year of the Zimbabwe exemption permit, which means all the Zimbabwe exemption permits are expiring 31 December 2021. So this means if your spouse is to join you and apply a spousal visa under the Zimbabwe exemption permit, her visa is also going to expire on 31 December 2021. So it's possible. They will always renew every time you also renew.
All right. Then we move on to another section of truck drivers. There is one truck driver who wrote to us and said, I'm a truck driver and I've been offered a job, but I don't have any professional qualifications. Do I qualify for a work permit? He's only a truck driver, but he does not have professional qualifications, but he has got qualifications of the theory.
Unfortunately, drivers are not deemed as special skills in South Africa. So unless those drivers who are using the Zimbabwe exemption permit, you cannot apply for a permit, for a work permit as a driver in South Africa. It is not deemed a scarce skill. So you don't qualify for a work permit as a driver in South Africa. That's the truth. So they have enough drivers.
Without a permit, you are just driving without a permit.
So what most companies do is that they employ you in Zimbabwe, so you just come in to drop and come back, or from Congo or wherever your resident country is. But to be employed in South Africa locally as a driver, it is not regarded as a special skill, unless if you were benefiting from the Lesotho special permit or the Zimbabwe exemption permit.
Do you assist applications looking for jobs in South Africa? Do you assist?
Unfortunately, we don't do job applications. So we actually need you to have a job offer. You can research, you can look for your employer. It is not within our field to look for job placements. Yeah.
Are they extending the ZEP permits program further this year?
The simple question is we don't know because they have not announced it as yet. But look, once they agree and approve, it's public information. It will be in the newspapers, it will be in the news. They will even issue a directive that will be in the public domain. So for now, it's speculation. We'll wait for them to tell us, are they extending again the Zimbabwe exemption permit?
Can I apply for a critical skills without a job offer?
Yes, you can apply for a critical skills visa without a job offer, but the condition is that you get a 1-year critical skills visa, all right? And then when you get a job in South Africa, then you can endorse the new employer to get the 5-year critical skills visa. So you can get a 1-year. It's like a 1-year critical skills visa to look for a job. You know, it's more like come and look for a job. So yes, you can get it.
I have a child with 2 years of age. If I wanted to accompany me, does she apply for a different permit?
Your child can apply and accompany you on a section 11(1)(b)(4). So if you have a child, they can apply with you as an accompanying dependent. And if the child is school-going age, the child will need to apply for a study permit. So you can't put an accompanying dependent to a grade 3 child because the embassy is going to ask, why is this child accompanying you for 1 year when they're supposed to be in school? So you can actually apply a study permit together with your visa.
Somebody in comment section is saying we have heard that the critical skills visa are not coming out for Zimbabwean applicants. How far true is it?
I can safely say that, you know, I deal with a lot of South African embassies worldwide, all right? We are more than 20 all over the world. And I can safely say, of all the South African embassies that I deal with abroad, okay, the Zimbabwe embassy is very different to all of them. And I think the major reason to that is the volumes that they have. I think they are the biggest, they are the busiest embassy in terms of numbers. And as a result, it has affected their adjudication process and their adjudicating timelines. So you find that applications in other countries, you can apply in Mozambique, whatever, in other country, even in Germany, whichever country that we're applying in, and the visa is out in time, on the dot. 8 weeks, the visa is out. Okay, with a Section 11(2) visa, a short-term visa, 7 days, 1 week, the visa is out. But in Zimbabwe, they are not able to meet that timeline at the moment. The normal processing time should be 8 to 10 weeks for a long-term visa. But because they explain that they have a huge backlog, so it's taking time to be issued. You know, it's taking time.
I want a business permit in South Africa, and I would like to open a business in the Republic, but I do not have any qualifications.
No, for a business permit, you don't need qualifications necessarily. It's your money. It's your money. So firstly, there are 2 ways to apply for a business permit, okay? Firstly, you need to put, some millions investment in South Africa, and the 5 million rands investment in South Africa. There's a whole process. It's a very long process to that. And then for those who don't have the millions of money, there's another process that we first apply for a waiver, like an exception to apply, to allow, to ask the government of Zimbabwe to apply, to ask the Home Affairs, look, I don't have the 5 million rands, but I can actually operate a business. And then these are my grounds and all that and all your stories. If the waiver is successful, you will also apply for the business permit. That is one of the most detailed visa process. So yeah, they can contact us.
All right. Do you assist in ticket and airline bookings?
Yes, we've got that service. In Harare, they will be starting that very soon. They haven't opened that ticket and airline soon, but they will check our website very soon. It will be part of the services as well.
All right. Someone is saying, I was using a fake permit and I got a job using this permit, but now I want to change. Oh, I think this question someone asked it before. Then we skip that one and we move on to another one, which is saying on the ban, my ban on the passport expired in December 2020. Is there any procedure I should do before I can come back to South Africa?
Yeah, you see, that's an overstay ban. Probably it was a 5-year overstay ban. Traditionally, if your 5-year lapse, then you are qualified to come back to South Africa. But the system is not automatic. You need to get your waiver certificate to say, look, my ban has lapsed, and then you can travel with that on the border. Because when the immigration officials see that stamp of the ban, they will have a problem with you. So they need to get the waiver or the appeal certificate to say they've cleared. But I mean, sometimes they can try it, but it's not worth traveling only to be stopped at the border. You need to just have your documents in advance in order.
I am a pastor with a diploma in theology from a Bible school in Zimbabwe, but my work here is as a front desk officer. Which visa do I qualify for?
Firstly, theology is not a special skill in South Africa, but if they can be transferred by a church, we can do a voluntary visa, all right? And then sometimes if they are employed by a non-governmental organization, then we can help them. So this person's visa must be in line with theology, which is ministry, which is church. Anything outside that is not a chance for them. So they have to get a formal recognition that there's a non-governmental organization in the form of a church that wants to employ them in South Africa. They can get a voluntary visa with that.
I have 2 passports, one from Zimbabwe and the other one from United States of America. But my Zimbabwean passport is about to expire. Is it okay to use an American passport for a Zimbabwean to apply for a visa in South Africa?
For a Zimbabwean to apply a visa in South Africa to another country? Okay, maybe the person didn't elaborate, but I'll just try to touch on that.
The person
Firstly,
has got 2 passports. Then
yes.
the Zimbabwean passport expired. But the one
All
which
right.
is still in use is the United States of America passport. So the person is trying to say, is it okay for me to use the American passport for a Zimbabwean to for
Okay,
a Zimbabwean
I get it now. Yeah, so there are 2 points I'll just touch on that. Number one, generally, if you have 2 passports, let's say you go to another country, you have dual citizenship. Number one, you are not allowed to use a foreign passport traveling to your country. That is a basic rule, okay? You cannot travel to Zimbabwe using your American passport. You must use your passport, your Zimbabwean passport, if you are going to Zimbabwe. But number two, the second part of the question is that when you're going to other countries, you can use your second passport. It doesn't matter. The only condition is when you come to your country, you cannot come as a tourist to Zimbabwe. Like Mai Tt, you get a UK passport, all right? And then when you come to Zimbabwe, you use your UK passport. You'll be deemed a foreign national. So you rather use your local passport, which is a Zimbabwean. That is the general rule, but countries apply it differently. But to go in another country, you can apply from South Africa to go to Mexico with your US passport, is fine. But they must use a passport that they have a legal status with. That is very important. The passport you traveled to with South Africa is the passport that you must apply for the other visa to another country. So they must use that same passport where they have a legal status in.
Thank you so much for this information. A lot of people in the comment section are saying this is very educative, because a lot of people, they don't have an idea. They just think crossing the border is enough. They don't know their terms and the agreements to it. So thank you once more for being there for us, for these people who want to stay abroad. Then I'm looking for this question. I don't know where it went. Someone was saying I was banned. My passport was banned, but now I want to return to South Africa. How do I go about it? What do I do?
It depends what was the ban. You see, the 2 bans, the common 2 bans is number one, you can get an overstay ban, that you stayed in South Africa longer than the days or longer than your permit. That one also can be assisted. We can assist with filing an appeal application, motivating it. And then there's also a ban for using fraudulent documents. That one is the difficult one, which is the V listing. And we will be at the mercy of the Department of Home Affairs, because you cannot force them to lift the ban. We just plead, we motivate, we explain the situation, and then they will exercise their discretion. So the V listing for using fraudulent documents is a very difficult situation to come out from. The success rate is not always favorable, because, I mean, every country, if you have a criminal record, every country has a right to reject you coming back into their country. So it can be a very long process, and it's not always favorable.
Which is why people should always put their stuff in order before they
the
get
first time.
Hands. They shouldn't attempt to say, let me stay a little longer. Let's just do before we get banned out of these foreign lands.
It's not a nice situation,
Mai Tt. It's not a nice situation. These countries, this is where we get we try to like find greener pastures, then you are banned. What will you do? You stay here in Zimbabwe, whereby Zimbabwe has got almost nothing to offer. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. That's a painful situation.
Yeah. So I think all the questions I had here, we have you have attended to them. Let me just see if I can find more questions in the comment section before we just round it off. Someone saying, how do you get a child passport? Child passport.
How do you get a child passport? That is a child born in South Africa.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, so firstly, for children, I'll just touch in a general aspect. If you give birth in South Africa, and then firstly, you must have a permit, okay, for your child to get a birth certificate, a handwritten, abridged birth certificate. And then you can qualify to apply for a permit for your child while it's in South Africa without going back to Zimbabwe, because the child was born in South Africa. And then if you need to apply for a passport, You know the process. You can go to the Zimbabwean embassy, Zimbabwean consulate, book an appointment, go and get the P9 forms, and then post to Zimbabwe for someone to submit for you the passport process. We also assist with that, but we don't assist with the adjudication of the passport. Our service is simply posting documents, submitting documents, and collecting the passport. So I want to make it clear that we don't have any influence in the passport adjudication process. Our service on the document procurement is simply collecting your documents, posting them to Zimbabwe. One of our staff will submit on your behalf. When the passport is issued, they collect for you. That's all. But the adjudication processing is simply the discretion of the registry office.
Okay, I'm sure this guys, I hope you have understood. Any more information you want to share before we round out this program? You know, today I'm drinking wine. It's Women's Day. You know, I need to enjoy with the women. I'm celebrating Mother.
I think yes. I think the best way to just say is that, guys, let's get our documents in order. It's, you know, sometimes there are many things that you can do on your own, but it's advisable to seek professional help and get it right the first time. These things, they look very simple. They look very simple to say, I've got a critical skills visa, I'm a pharmacist, but there's a lot of detail that comes to that. There's a lot of meticulous attention that comes to that. You need to, you know, to register with certain ministries, you need to get, there are a lot of documents that would, and we can be able to assist in the entire process. It doesn't cost a thing to find out, do I qualify or I don't qualify? Because you don't incur any costs. If you don't qualify, you don't qualify. If you do qualify, you do qualify. And secondly, guys, let's refrain from, you know, giving connections, giving people, you know, and they bring you a permit. If your permit was not issued through the VFS and you applied in South Africa, it's fake. If your permit was issued by someone who gave you back, who took your passport and gave you back your passport, it's fake. You need to follow the right channels. Some of you are professionals. Some of you have great careers. You've got families, you've got dependents, people looking forward to you. And then if you mess your career, you get a ban, the ripple effect is very huge. Some of the people, Mai Tt, that are illegal in South Africa, they're actually professional people who have competent qualifications, but they're fallen victim to some other people, you know, that try to shortchange them and so forth. So we are there to assist you. And someone was asking, how many branches are we in Cape Town? We are not in Cape Town, but we can assist you while you are in Cape Town. You don't need to physically meet us. But if you are within our proximity, you can always come to the branch. 10th floor, Joiner City. You can come at Rivonia, where there's VFS. We are directly on top of VFS at Rivonia Village in Senton. In East London, we are in Vincent, between Takelot and DSTV. Those are our physical branches. But distance is not a barrier. We assist people from anywhere. And then just in parting, how do you contact us? I think you saw some of the team that were posting the details. The best method of filing your inquiry, the first one is go to the website, tick the specific service that you want, and then fill in an inquiry form. It will definitely come to us with the details, or you can send an email at info@mimshak.co.za, or you can even use the detail that the people put on the comment section.
All right, can the guys from your company, please, if you can just put your website here so that I can pin it, so that people can actually visit the website, because I know people have got a lot to ask after this program. So maybe if you can write the website here, then I will pin it from here so that people can actually browse through your website. You see, the reason why advocates don't like staying in these foreign lands, too much documents. I can't be running every time with documents.
Once you get it right once, then you are sorted.
I hate documents, even school. Now school is following us, even in the aeroplane. Now you have to sign a form everywhere. It's school. So no matter how much you run away from school, school will follow you. Hi.
That's the reality. That's the reality of life. But yeah, thank you, Mai Tt.
Okay,
the website is there. You can pin it. Yeah.
www.mimshak, right?
Yes.
.co.za. I have pinned the website to those who want to visit their website and ask. You are welcome to do so. And any last words you want to say, Advocate?
Thank you for having me, and to everyone else, we'll definitely reach out to you if you still want. But our team is going to go through each and every comment. I hope you are going to leave the live video online so that we can
Definitely.
have
I will
time
see that.
to just go through
No, don't
each and
worry. I will
every.
never delete.
For the next
Advocate,
week,
how can
we'll
I
be
delete
busy
one?
on your Facebook page.
Advocate, don't worry. Even next year, this life will be here. This is very
Thank
informative.
you.
I cannot delete such helpful information. Also, on my side, like I said, I am married to a foreigner. I need to know these
Yes.
things because you never know. Maybe I'll end up staying there in South Africa, and me, I'll
You
come
are
to see
welcome.
you directly. I don't need to. I will come and see you, advocate, so that you can
Thank you.
also
We'll look forward.
our papers. And looking forward to see you very soon. And thank you so much for coming on my platform to inform these people about these things. This is very important. This is like lifetime things which need to be followed. So thank you so much, advocate, for taking your time.
You are welcome. And
Leaving
good evening
everybody
to
else.
you and to all
Please
the
greet
viewers. Thank you so
your
much.
beautiful wife for me. Tell them Mai Tt loves you so much, and I hope to see you soon again. You have to come back on this platform.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back again. Definitely,
Yeah.
we'll come back again.
Thank you so much. Please, happy Women's Day to your wife, advocate. What did you do to your woman anyway?
Thank you
Any
so much.
present?
Thank you so
Any
much.
gift?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, advocate. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. As tonight
You
you are not
too.
sleeping, you are celebrating the women. Good night.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mai Tt. Bye.
Bye. Please just drop that from your side, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. That was our advocate. Right. Let me continue without the advocate now. Continue. Yes. That was our advocate, guys. Telling us, teaching us, telling us how we can live abroad, to all those border jumpers and those people who want to exceed their days because they think I will still do. You need to have the correct papers so that you stop running away, always running away from police. Please follow them on their page. Yeah. Their website www.mimsac.co.za. Please go and find out more. It's very important. This is all my life. This information is very important. In fact, it's important. It's very important. But as we continue with the ladies, are you here? I'm just going to add a few for just to say Happy Women's Day. Thank you so much for listening, guys. God bless you. Please follow them for more information. I know there are a lot of South African and Zimbabweans living in South Africa. Happy Women's Day to you. I'm just going to add a few, maybe 3 or 4 women to just come and say Happy Women's Day on camera. Then I'll go and rest. Any woman who wants to be added, and I just want to appreciate you tonight. It's our day. It's our day. It's our day. We are celebrating Women's Day. Anybody who is saying, Mai Tt, add me, you want to say something about women, you can just say, Mai Tt, add me. As long as you're a woman, I'm only adding women here. Men will celebrate you when it's Father's Day. For today, it's all about us women. The information was very educative, very, very educative. Very, very informative and educative. Who wants to be aided, ladies, so that you can just come and let us celebrate the Women's Day today. Yes. And these thirsty women, guys, I just want to tell you, sometimes when we have these important programs, don't show your thirstiness everywhere. There are some moments that you just need to hold yourself, hold your total, hold your feelings and say, God help me. I don't want to look like a prostitute. Don't be in a shower. Everywhere you want to show your showerness. It's not nice now. Huh? Let's be decent as women, not to just have this bragada attitude every time. Even when we are talking about informative stuff, you want to ask somebody, are you single? Are you single? Everyone, are you single? Are you crazy? You digress. You want to ask everybody, are you single? Are you single? Is it a crime that people are married? Please, I beg, stay in your lane. Eh? Are you single? Are you single? Everyone. Hi. No, man. Don't do that. I'm trying to add somebody here. Are you single? Are you single? Is this the platform to ask, are you single for the wife? You people, you need to, some of you just need to hold it together. I'm trying to add someone here. There's someone I'm trying to add. I don't know where the person is. I'm just trying to add that person. I don't know, your network is playing up, baby. Your network is playing up, so I will have to disconnect you. Please hold your total. It's not time to be asking a whole advocate, are you single? What do you want? These women these days, they don't have fear. They don't have shame. You want to ask a man out? It's not in our culture to ask a man out. It's not in our culture. Wait for the men to ask you out. Why do you have to ask a man out? For the why? I'm trying to add. I don't know what's going on now, ladies, with all these your cameras. They don't want to pop out. I was trying to add so I can just say, I can just wish you a happy Women's Day, but it's like your cameras are acting up. So I'm leaving you guys. I love you so much. God bless you. God keep you. Please go and get the information you need from the advocate. This is not a joke. This is not something that you can just say, I am passing by. If you know you are staying abroad or you are thinking of staying abroad, please, this is the correct information. Kwanasi, togumela pano. Happy Women's Day to you. Happy Women's Day to you. Arafas, Abontombo. Keep going, keep rising, keep moving. Don't stop. Keep doing what you're doing. You are very important. Makati koshera madzimai anditira. Makati koshera zvakanyanyisa mufungi. And I'm trying to add. All these people are saying, Mai Tt, you are not adding me. The phone is now just saying add. It's no longer saying connecting. I don't know. Hello.
Hey, Mai Tt. Oh my God. I have to swipe the comments to see you properly.
Oh,
Hi.
Happy Women's
Oh
Day.
my God. Thank you. Thank you, Mai Tt.
Where are you calling us from?
I'm in UK. Oh God.
Hello, sweetie. Buju, buju, buju.
Do you know Joy, the one who sings that song, Rise Up, your song? Sing it for her. Stand tall, friend tall, rise up. You're a survivor. Kwira Makata, Unosika.
That is very sweet. Happy Women's Day to both of you, the little one.
Happy Women's Day to you, Mai Tt. Love you.
Love you more. Love you. Oh, love you too, baby. Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Love you more, Bunny baby. Oh, that is so sweet. Who wants to be added? I'm just adding 5 and I'm going to sleep. I'm left with 4 women to go. 4 women to go before I go to sleep. I need to rest. Tomorrow is work. 4 other women. 4 women. 4 more women. Rachel said add. Okay, Rachel. I'm adding you, Rachel. Rachi, I'm adding you. Rachel, we dey wait for you now. Eh? We dey wait for you, Mama Rachi. It's not connecting. Maybe where you are, the network is me, I've got full Wi-Fi here, so it's your fault. Who's next? I can only add when you have a green camera on that on the side. If you don't have a green button, I can't add you. If you have a green button, I'll add you. But if you don't have a green button, it's very impossible for me to do so, okay? Shana says, I don't know what's going on, but please add. Okay, sweetie, let me try. I'm trying again for the last time. If it doesn't do, sweetie, I have to try other people. I have 4 women to go. 4 women to go. We are waiting for this one. She said she declined. You asked for me to add you, then you decline. Are you normal? Are you okay? I beg. Add Linda Mashiri. Let me add Linda Mashiri. Linda Mashiri. I'm adding you, Linda. Where is Linda? Hey guys, I don't know what's going on with your phones, honestly. I am tired of trying to add people and then their network is too weak. Guys, I have tried though. I have tried my best to it's not going now. No one is coming through. So guys, thank you so much for listening tonight. I have to love you and leave you. I have to go and rest. I'm very tired. I spent the whole day at work doing my rounds and all that. Then I had to come on this platform. I had to come on this platform. Now let me go and sleep. God bless you. God keep you. I love you. Bye.